Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eugene Irvin, and let's take another look at the surrounding areas here with this pyramid in Antarctica that is only in the public domain because I recently released it. It hasn't been seen by really anybody. The attempts that I've made to get into media channels and so on have kind of been stonewalled to some degree, and I want to show you some other things because it's so fascinating. So let's look at a couple of things in the area. Let's dive in to this because we see the pyramid over here. It's clearly not a natural structure. This was built by someone, something. We have the largest dinosaur right here that humankind has ever laid eyes on in history. Okay, much bigger than I initially thought. Okay, ridiculously so, and this is consistent with the findings that we have in other areas around the world as it relates to the Nephilim, the giants, and an antediluvian situation where, due to the different conditions, and I've heard the scientific arguments related to this as far as how gravity could have been different, so on and so forth. I don't want to get into that. I do want to show you this because it's absolutely amazing. And guys, I released this. Um, and let's look at how big this dinosaur is. You see the hind quarter there, yeah? The leg comes down. Obviously, the tail is not there. This is a very old, uh, you know, dinosaur. But let's look. I mean, it's. I just had the scale. The scale. Oh, look. Okay, that the dinosaur is a mile, more than a mile long. Okay. You guys can look this up for yourself. I've already released this out there. You can see the head here. You can see the fossilization. The neck there is severed. This is not a natural feature. Okay. You can see that. And so that's amazing. Let's take a look at the largest. This thing is much bigger than I thought initially as well. This is some type of, my initial assessment was a mantis type insectoid, primarily due to the abdomen here that you can see. It's very reminiscent of what we will see with some of the species of mantis. Under more examination and the antennae and stuff, it could be a more snail type of a creature. Regardless, we haven't ever seen a creature like this that big. Okay, let's look at the scale. Okay, amazing findings here in Antarctica, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's ridiculous how big these things are. You're looking at greater than 1,000 feet on this thing. Okay, incomprehensible. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And so, there's other anomalous features surrounding this area, including look at the size of this pyramid. Okay, look at the size of what this is here. This is what made me think mantis, because you'll see one, two, really three legs on each side. You'll see what they have. They have the triangular shaped head, and it'll go back down, much like what you see there. That's conjecture on my part, but what's interesting is this looks like an entrance to me. This is hollow. Okay? That's hollow. And so a pyramid right outside of it. Let's put that pyramid on scale. Jeez, look at that sucker. You know, it's it's bigger than my initial assessment was. I didn't really come in to gauge it. I was dumbfounded by the finding. But let's look at that. You know, that's more than half a mile on each side. Okay? That's huge. We haven't seen anything like this. It dwarfs Giza. Okay? And so that's, oh my gosh, you know, whoa, wow. How is this not disclosed publicly? It's something that we all need to ask ourselves. Let's run over here to Davis Station. These guys are right here. Okay? And they don't know about that over there? Absolutely not. I'm not going to speak for them or about them. I don't intend to really do that. But what I can tell you is that there's evidence that this is already known, and it's also consistent with what we've seen in other places. Recently have released, underwater city in Russia. We have several other black sites that we've seen in the South China Sea and in other regions. And so I just wanted to make another quick video. Astounding. Some of the biggest findings that we've ever had are right there. And I'm going to tell you, some of these creatures that were out here were so big, you can't even begin to imagine. And so you might find a fish or a, we've got giant heads out there, humanoid style giants. And I'm just doing some exploration here, but I'm going to cut it right there. I wanted to show you guys that a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and include the coordinates. This is my finding as far as released publicly. I would appreciate that information being associated with myself. I've put a lot of hard work into this, and I use a remote viewing technique for this. And so we can talk about that another time. But love you guys. We'll talk later. Bye.